My name's Norm Hall, and I work with Alumni Affairs. And I want to start off by thanking Robert and Vicki Ellsworth and Wall Real Estate for sponsoring this excellent event tonight. Here's what I want to say to you folks. If you're like me, and you come back to Greenville College for homecoming, there's an electricity in the air. My prayer is that you will let that penetrate you, and that it will lift you up, and you will be reminded of the transformational work that God did in you while you were here, and that you will be blessed, and you'll go home singing not just one song, but many songs. And so I'm going to pray, and then give just another announcement or two, and then we'll get right to the show. So please bow with me. Our Father, you are so rich and so full of goodness and many gifts, not the least of which is the great talent represented in musical gifts here tonight. We pray that Christ, who plays in 10,000 places, will illuminate this place in our heads and our hearts and our hands. We will be reminded of who we are and that we are wholly yours as we bathe in the music which is your gift to us. We thank you for the many, many, many alum who gather here and will be on this sacred place, Greenville College campus, this weekend. We ask that you would bless it, and that you would begin it well with us here this evening, and that you would send us back to our work with our gifts and our guidance from you, singing your name, Jesus Christ. Amen. So I want to remind you that if you don't know what the schedule is for the weekend, you can find that online, or you can come over to the Alumni House if you haven't already registered for the events. We'd love to have you register for homecoming so that we know who's here, we can attend to you. And we also want to highlight that if you're especially musically minded, tomorrow night at 7:30 there'll be a choir concert right here. And something that's not on the homecoming schedule, on Monday night at 7 o'clock, there will be a band concert here as well. And so, without further ado, it's my privilege to hand over the evening to the Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Will Fairbanks.
Welcome to the opening of Homecoming 2015. This is an exciting entire weekend, and we're glad that you decided to be with us for that beginning. Our opening number was Big Time Operator. It is also the newest piece we will play for you tonight. It's from 1999, so we're going to go backwards from there. It was made popular by the swing revival band Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Now, we're going to give you all kinds of quizzes tonight and give you points, so get free tickets to the game on Saturday, things like that we'll be giving away. So just be aware that's coming up. So you have to pay attention. The next two, you have a program, but we decided not to do it in order because that's too easy. So we're going to make up our own order and kind of go, and if we run out of time, we'll have to cut a few pieces out. But we'll play it that way. The next tune we're going to do is Old Devil Moon. It was written for the show Finian's Rainbow in 1947. By the way, I want to introduce on the last song our soloist on guitar, Jared. All right, so with no further ado, Old Devil Moon. tonight. So, Sea Jam Blues by Duke Ellington. On alto sax, Jocelyn. On guitar, Jared. On trumpet, Alexa. And on piano throughout, Justin. All right, we're time for another vocal here. And another new tune that we've brought to you, made famous by Frank Sinatra. So look over that list. Of course, you could probably say just about every one of those fit Frank Sinatra. But looking at that, one of my favorites, I sing it to my wife all the time. I'm giving you lots of clues here. You make me feel so young, that's right. Especially with the 4-month. And old too. So, without further ado, let's welcome Kent to the microphone to sing You Make Me Feel So Young.
Spring has sprung, and every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I wanna go play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You and I are just like a couple of tots running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful thing to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young. Just like a couple of tots running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful thing to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. Yes, you make me feel so young.
This next piece is from 1928. Start looking on that list. And it was written by the wife, that should narrow it down quite a bit, of a famous trumpet player. Any clues yet? Exactly right, Strutting with Some Barbecue. This was written by Lillian Hardin Armstrong, Louis Armstrong's second wife. They met while playing in King Oliver's band. And she felt, after marrying him and cleaning him up, she said he was quite a country bumpkin. And literally took him shopping to get him newer clothes, made him cut his hair close, got him the handkerchief because she thought he sweated too much, the white rag that he used to always when he played. Said he was a better player than King Oliver and needed his own band. Convinced him to quit that band, and they formed their own Hot Five. And from there, the history of Dixieland into jazz took form. But this was written by her, which is very hard to find pieces written by women back in the 20s for jazz pieces. Great piece. It has a little Louis Armstrong solo in the middle of it. And we're excited to bring to you Struttin' with Some Barbecue. They wrote them a lot shorter back then. All right, on trumpet, Logan. The next tune we're going to do for you is a Count Basie chart. And I'm a big Count Basie fan. I love to play and listen to Count Basie. This one is from 1956. Any guesses? The field should be narrowing down. If you're taking a test, it should be getting easier. Any guesses? Count Basie. Corner Pocket, Until I Met You, exactly. Here we go. So we're going to play for you Count Basie's 1956 arrangement of Corner Pocket. On trumpet, Logan. Somebody asked me, what are you going to do without Jared? He was here for 20 years. And I said, it's okay, I've got Logan, and I've got Alexa, and I've got Caitlin. You can hear all three of them play solos, and they're doing a great job. All right, on piano we had Justin. And now we're going to change, and now for something completely different, as Monty Python would say. If you don't know who Monty Python is, it's probably a good thing. We're going to play a tune by Quincy Jones. That should give it away right there. But it was written in 1962 as a little bebop jazz chart. It became a hit back in the 60s, and then was kind of forgotten until the Austin Powers movies came out. And they brought it back and saw a big resurgence of its popularity. The tune we're going to play for you is called Soul Bossa Nova. And that was our palate cleanser. But most of us at GC don't know what that means. I love not explaining things. It's fun. All right, the next piece is was made famous by a band that you've heard a lot of his music, but probably don't know much about him. And he's a fascinating character. His name is Jan Savet, and he had a band called the Top Hatters. I couldn't think for a minute. The Top Hatters back in the 40s. He was one of the big bands along with Glenn Miller and Count Basie. We don't hear as much about him because he died tragically in 1948 at the peak of his career. What makes him unique is he was a trained classical violinist. He was also the concert master for the Philadelphia Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Leopold Stokowski. This tells you his background, his training, and to be concert master, to be first chair, he was an incredible violinist. In the late 30s, he heard, Artie Shaw, it left me for a second, Artie Shaw's band said, this is what I want to do. So he became a jazz violinist and took that and created a band, had several hits. The one we're going to play for you tonight, and we're going to have Candace come back and sing, is entitled 720 in the Books, written in 1939. So please welcome Candace as we share with you Jan Savat's 720 in the Books. Isn't that a fun chart? Does anybody remember that tune? Anybody? Oh, that is, oh yes, thank you. Another interesting thing about Jan is he was Russian, born and raised. So people say it is an American art, but a lot of folks got into playing the jazz idiom. All right, the next one up, if I can find my place. Well, first, Justin on piano. We had on the solo. All right, the next tune was written in 1959. It was written in the spy Cold War genre style for movies and things, and was used quite a bit and done by a lot of performers. Any guesses what would be a spy thing? Cool Joe, Mean Joe, Killer Joe, yes. Fits all those things. So, we're going to share with you from 1959, Killer Joe. You can snap if you can keep tempo. We had on that one Justin and Jared going back and forth. They didn't know they were doing that until about 6 o'clock tonight. So it's wonderful having some players that just love to enjoy playing and working together and what I call doodling. And we had some doodling over here, but they were actually with pen and paper, so it didn't work. Unless they showed it to you while they were soloing. So the next one we're going to play for you is also from 1959. Any guesses? What also had been from 1959? The field is narrowing. It's going to be 50s rock. What'd I say? What? Yes. What did I say? What did I say? No, What I Say is by Ray Charles, and we're going to share with you. Try snappy again if you can keep it. All right, we're going to try to go faster with the next tune. 1944. Became a hit in 1945. A very young lady, but we still don't know how old exactly she was because historians disagree whether she was born in 24 or 26, and she won't tell. Any guesses yet? The band was Les Brown and his band of renown, and the singer was Doris Day, singing Sentimental Journey. I'm just kidding, we're not going to go faster than we just played that one. So we're going to share with you Sentimental Journey. It's always a mistake to put a real slow song after a fast song. It keeps wanting to get faster, especially a beautiful tune like that. All right, we are running just about out of time, so we can do one more, I think, and then we've got to clear this out for another group that's got to set up for Vespers. We're just excited that this place can be used for so many things, and that this school is so vibrant and growing and building. I want to thank Norm Hall for doing the prayer and introducing us. I'm just thanking you. So and I want to thank the Ellsworths and Wall Realty for helping sponsor this event. There are so many incredible things going on this weekend. You don't want to miss anything. The choir concert tomorrow night. There's an improv show after that. There's a football game, a 5K on Saturday. There's also a fusion concert. And then again, we talked about Monday. There's a choir concert at the Free United Methodist Church on Sunday morning. Am I missing anything? Probably half a dozen things. So check the schedule, look online, be a part. It is so much fun to be a part. Thank you for being here tonight. We hope you've enjoyed it, got your feet tapping a little bit. We're going to close with, let's do I Want to Be Like You. Will that work? Let's bring Kit back, and we're going to sing to you. 1967, Jungle Books, I Want to Be Like You. Come on.
The jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop. That's what's bothering me. I wanna be a man cub and stroll right into town. It'd be just like the other men. I'm tired of monkeying around. Oh, whoopity-doo, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. You see, it's true that an ape like me can learn to be you meant to. Now don't try to kid me, man cub. I made a deal with you. What I desire is men's red fire so I can be like you. Give me the secret, man cub. Clue me what to do. What I desire is men's red fire so I can be like you.
On trombone, Joel. Alto sax, Jocelyn. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Norm, it's yours.
Well, folks, as a Cardinal fan, I don't know about you, but I needed that boost. Amen? So, Will, tremendous job. Students, tremendous job. We're so proud of you. Let's give them another hand, folks. We have one more treat for you tonight in the Tidball Alumni House right across the street. We're going to have the pumpkin love. So we hope that you'll make the short trip right across the street and join us for coffee, pumpkin roll, and conversation. Good to see you, everybody. Favorite around here, and coffee. So we hope that you'll make the short trip right across the street and join us for coffee, pumpkin roll, and conversation. Good to see you, everybody. Let's make it a great homecoming.